Welcome to another edition of The Leaders. We are in Phnom Penh, capital of Cambodia, a nation that is rebuilding itself after decades of civil war. No other Cambodian personifies this struggle in peacetime and in wartime better than its leader. Prime Minister Hun Sen is a survivor. He lived under the harsh rule of the Khmer Rouge and fought political battles in the ensuing transition period to emerge on top. Here to share his views with us on prospects of Cambodia, on regional issues, is Prime Minister Hun Sen. Sir, thank you for being with us.
Please.
Let me ask you my first question. Cambodia has been described as being on the slow mend, following the 1993 general elections that signaled the end of the long civil war. What has been the result of peace in Cambodia?
First of all, I would like to tell you that for us, the progress we achieved so far, we could see it as a speedy, not slow. There are reasons behind that. When the United Nations Transitional Authorities of Cambodia, they were leaving Cambodia, the war has not yet come to an end. They leave behind a country, Cambodia, of two controlled regions and still continue fighting. If we talk about peace, actually we achieved peace only in late 1998 or early 1999. So far it's just a short span of time that gives us full abilities for the national development. So I would like to stress to this point again that what has been stipulated by the Paris Peace Agreement, UNTAC has not been fully fulfilled its task. The second reason is that we start to rebuild our nation from bare hands. It means that from 1979 until 1999, that is a period of more than 20 years. During the time, the infrastructures left behind for us were completely destroyed. Compared to the other countries in the field of infrastructures, Cambodia could say that is much far behind. There were no good national road or railroad for development. Everything has to be restored totally. We were big not only on this point, but also in the legal framework as well as human resource. There are many other difficulties to recount. So if we see Cambodia in such a situation, so the progress we achieved so far could also be said speedy. So we just enjoy a complete, full peace during the last 6 years. During this period, we could also manage to have economic growth rate of 6.8%. And during that period, we also faced many natural calamities. In the year 2001, we faced a serious flood. And then in 2002, we also faced the drought. And then later in 2004 and early 2005, we are now facing drought. You see, if we have such a, if in the case that we do not have such a good infrastructures like your countries, so one cannot describe the achievement we say as slow, but should be speedy. What is important, we can say that we have put an end to the war, which has created by our predecessors. So now the war could be the inheritance that left behind for us is now the past already. You see, 21 years ago, you have been here to hold the interview with me, and now you come again, so you can see that with your own eye. That is the witness to the progress.
Mr. Prime Minister, I have indeed seen the progress. In fact, in talking with some people say that, in fact, the progress is going too fast and not too slow.
You see, for us that come to this year, and if we think of the past, we did not expect to have what we have today. From the city where there live no population, where in the garden they grow on the coconut trees, and now you can see that we have people living in the countries, we have the normal traffic, we have normal business. So we see it as good for our nation.
Mr. Prime Minister, what about the politics? It took your government a whole year to form a coalition. Is that a good sign or a bad sign?
If we think of the close to 1 year's political deadlock, that is not good. Not good for democracy, not good for what the people would like to have. So the people would they like to see is that after the election, they would like to see the government in place and operational. But if we count from the electoral campaign time, so the deadlock cost us more than a year. One of the fortunate point or special point for Cambodia is that in our constitution it's provided if there is no new government, then the old government will still be operational. Now we should review after the establishment of the government whether it's good or bad or not good for us. If we count on the time of close to 1 year for waiting, that is bad. But starting from bad, we also achieve good point. The good point is that the group that would like to destroy the government or would like to be in the coalition government remain outside the government. We could set up a very good alliance between the CPP and Phun Son Phaich, and we are now remain in good alliance. I think if we start with the tripartite coalition government with CPP, Phun Son Phaich, and Sam Rang Si party, then I think we are now in stable government. You see, frankly speaking, in Japan, in other countries, the political parties, they all join together for the national building. But it was unfortunate for Cambodia that if some parties join the government, they still continue to destroy the government. In another word, we can say that besides destroying, they cannot do anything else.
So in your opinion, Mr. Prime Minister, democracy works in Cambodia?
I think to have an opposition parties outside the government, it's good, much better than to have all political parties within the coalition government. You see, according to the experience of other countries, they say that the best system for the country, at least we must have 1 or 2 opposition parties outside the government. And Cambodia is now on that way, which the other countries would like to have.
How do you respond to accusations of human rights violations in Cambodia?
What is the human rights violation? I would like to understand this clearly too.
Well, some people being put in prison for no reason, perhaps. Some journalists being chastised or taken to task for what they've written, perhaps. I think we have to review clearly who has been in prison without reason, and any journalist that has a problem without reason. You see, I would like to invite those who are keen in these issues to discuss one case by case. If we talk in general like this, it's hard to understand what is a violation of human rights. And if we talk about the newspaper, we should better go together to see the printing house or the place where they sell newspapers. Or we can go to the TV station of the opposition parties. I've been hearing about the violation of human rights in Cambodia, but I would like to know the real point, the specific point of that. Mr. Prime Minister, we were just reading the report of the UN Special Envoy to Cambodia. He was quite general, it's true, but that's what I was referring to.
You see, I do not want to talk about this person, but at the time he met me, I used to call him a long-stay tourist. I think he is concerned of losing the job. He is concerned of losing the salary from working in Cambodia. So for me, it's better that he find longer time to stay in Cambodia. You see, there is no UN Secretary General Special Representative on Human Rights in Iraq. But why they keep this in Cambodia? In a way, I could say that the United Nations has been spending the money wastefully. I think it's a type of corruption in which they just manage the United Nations in a way that some people are employed.